Well, right now Desmond is that guy. Desmond Ward was in the program last year. It's a different style of back. He's a big back, and he's very athletic for his size. And right now, as we're this early into it, he would he's going to be given that first opportunity. We have a lot of new players at that position, much like we did about 5 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was at that time, and it's interesting. But just in this early look, I'm excited about some of the talent at that position. Chris is adjusting very well. He's done well. In fact, I just talked to him at lunch. He'd say right now, I really got to take my hat off to him. It's to be the player of the year in basketball and then come back and right away a week or so later jump in with us in the spring and go through this. It says a lot about Chris and what he wants to try to do. And he wants to just try to help us and do those things. We were talking about he was a little, I don't want to say down, but he knows the blocking aspect. Even when he played football, he wasn't a tight end. He weighed in, he's 6'5", weighed in about 270, and that's going to be a big body that's going to help us. As long as he keeps understanding that's going to be a day-by-day progression to get better, Chris Davis does have a chance to make contributions in our football program this year, and we're excited about that. So, he's got excellent hands, and those are the ball skills that he developed, and he's as a basketball player and those things, and those are the things that I think there'll be other things as we go through this. The intangibles that he brings as a competitive athlete, I think, are going to help a lot of our guys, and I think he's going to help a lot of our younger players. About he's starting at square one again too, and that's neat for as high school players make transitions to college. I think he's making this transition again and back to this sport and to a new position. So I look at all those as great benefits. Last year, that linebacker, especially the outside linebackers, we sat here and looked at a lot of questions as we went. Yeah, we kind of went into those things and the job that Cole Klotz did filling in for Greg Arnold when he went out and stuff was truly it truly really came through for us and stood out as a kind of I think kind of flew below the radar of what we were doing. So as we step into this year, you never know what happens. It's a funny thing. We've been fortunate to stay very fairly healthy in the program at most times. So you hope he can, but that position, Kyle Wismer, Ryan Cortez, Cole Klotz. You get a Josh Williams back at outside linebacker, who's a very athletic guy who can make some things happen. So. Excited about our secondary. Probably as veteran of a crew as we've had, that's exciting when you go into something about how those guys work. Ryan Wickman's played very well last couple of years as Noah Tim. Noah Tim is in my estimation as good as any corner that we've had, and I don't want to make comparisons or know what everyone else has across the country, but I know Noah's going to play good football for us. Chris Pendergast played excellent football in the playoffs last year, and Chris is just, his maturity and his confidence has continued to grow, and there's somebody that's really another guy that's waited his turn in this program, and he got caught. He's waited for that opportunity, and then to get Steve McCullum back after missing last season. His leadership and everything is going to be good. And then up front, we've talked about Luminette. We're going to miss a Casey Casper and a Jake Keyser. Those guys are, really played well. I'm probably forgetting other guys along the way. But Jake Holstein is really coming to his own as a leader, as a player. And we're excited about, the group that we'll put out there. Well, I don't want to say it's ever bad because it's truly an accomplishment that this program and our players should be proud of. However, everybody's 0-0 at this particular time. Now, those wins don't get you any points, or that doesn't give you a touchdown lead to start a game or anything. So it doesn't mean anything, but it's something that we shouldn't sell ourselves short on. But at the same time, it's. As we talk about, if you were bugging our meeting rooms or offices, you don't hear anybody talking about it because it's,
you know, and it probably gets worse before it gets better. It's a what have you done for me lately profession and business that we're in, and we're going to be valued. You know, we said this team will be evaluated on what it does, not what was done the last 3 seasons. So it has to create its own, you know, image and mark of what it's going to be about, and that's what we have to work on right now.